This is the first time you and I ever talked about that. Because one of my philosophies is like, you're married to my sister. What y'all do at home is none of my business. As long as you don't touch Yvette and the harmful.
Oh, I'm gonna touch Yvette.
I know you are. That's why I ended it. You know. Before we get to today's show, man, I have a quick question for you. Do you desire to make an extra 6 figures on the side, or maybe an extra 7 figures? I love the sound of that. Well, here's the truth, man. This year alone, my company, it makes, on average, 6 figures or more a month. And I want to give you 5 keys on how you can make an extra 6 figures on the side a year. Listen, man, my team and I have put together this system that can change your life. It took me from the back of my car to amazing opportunities into a very lucrative business. And I want to help you really go after your dreams, whether that's eliminating debt, starting a business, building your dream house, or buying your dream car, you name it, whatever that is. I'm going to teach you on September 22nd, within 90 minutes, for absolutely free, how you can make an extra $126,000 this year. All you gotta do is go to the link in today's show notes. Go to anthonyo.com/5 keys, register for free, get your girlfriend, get your boyfriend, get your brother, get your sister, because I'm telling you right now, in 90 minutes, this can change your life. Hey, let's get to today's show, because this is gonna be a special one. Make sure you register. Peace out.
What's happening? No capping. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
In today's day and time, man, you know, Black fathers are often not celebrated. They're often talked about, judged, crucified, talked down on. And man, and it bothers me because I'm like, man, I know a lot of great fathers, and then on top of knowing great fathers, I know a lot of great Black fathers who love their families, who love their kids, who's made sacrifices for their kids. And on top of that, they're also great husbands. And I was like, yo, you know what, man? I'm gonna call one of the best ones to the table. One of the best ones, because 12 years ago, I met this guy who married my one and only blood sister, Yvette, at that time, Yvette Gibbons. And this guy with dreads walked in, and I was like, who in the hell are you? And man, I was like, bro, who are you? And he was like, this is my boyfriend. I was like, yo, what? You know, and here's one thing about my sister. She's never brought home no other man. And so when she brought him home, I was like, okay. But you're gonna learn more about this guy, Glen. Y'all know him, Glen Henry. He is the owner of Beleaf in Fatherhood. Has grown his channel, his business, his empire to millions of people, impacted millions of people, and y'all already know him. But before we get to my brother-in-law, that's right, my brother-in-law who married my beautiful sister and have 4 beautiful kids is at the table today. But before we get there, I want to remind you, as we're talking about fathers today, as we're talking about parenting, as we're talking about some things that's going to inspire you and encourage you, 2 quick things. I want to remind you that this Thursday, September 22nd, we're going to be launching the 5 keys to building and monetizing your personal brand. I'm going to show you what Glen has done, what I have done, and what you can do to really bring wealth into your family, to really give you the opportunity to either stay on your job or leave your job. So it's 100% free. Well, it's going to be $49, but we're going to do it for free because I want to bless you. It's a 90-minute workshop that's going to really teach you how to scale your business and how to grow 6 figures on the side. And what I love about having Glen here is, I'm going to be honest with y'all up front. The brother scared me, and for a season I didn't like him because he said he was quitting to be a stay-at-home father and to pursue YouTube. And I was like, what? You're not a man. But today, I gotta apologize to America. You know, and so, man, I love it. But last thing, man, hit subscribe. Join us, be a part of the family, and we're gonna have a good time. Yo! Glen,
What's up,
What's
man?
up, bro? Welcome to the table, man.
Thank you for having me here, man. I love your home. It's beautiful here, bro.
Hey, man, listen, man. You know, a part of this, I got to give credit to you because you inspired it.
Oh, man. You know, I don't be taking credit for it, but it's about time. It's about time, man. You know what I mean? Because I'm on the phone with you often, like, bro, come on, dog. You can do this. This is easy.
Yeah, man.
I'm coaching people. I'm helping you convince. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was out here. So, man, it's good to see all this coming to fruition. You know what I'm saying? You following in your little brother's footsteps. I appreciate it, man.
Yo, bro. Man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. So let me say it up front. I'm sorry, brother-in-law.
Yeah, for what, man? I need you to say the whole thing. Say Say the whole thing.
I'm sorry, brother-in-law. It wasn't 12 years ago, because 12 years ago you were working, and then I think it was like a year into y'all's marriage, or no, 3 when y'all had Theo.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I'm gonna be a stay-at-home father.
Yeah, we was Uriah.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Uriah was born, and Yvette was like, I think you should be a stay-at-home father.
So the conversation started with my sister?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because I wasn't trying to do that. I felt the same way you felt. What kind of man stays home? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of man, like, you supposed to be out there trying to make money, trying to figure it out, and grinding or whatever. But Yvette was the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, look, like, childcare is expensive.
Yeah.
We have 2 sons, and I believe that it would be great for them to see what love looks like coming from a father. Wow. And, she loved her career. She loved what she was doing, and she felt like she was called to that space specifically for those kids, that she's a math teacher by trade. And, yeah, who knew it would, turn into all this? But, yeah, that was her idea.
So I owe him 2 apologies. Yeah. I thought it was his idea.
Oh, no, I wasn't trying to finesse her. Nah.
For real?
Nah, never. Because I believe that I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I had to do something.
Right, okay.
And so once I got in the position of knowing that, like, okay, I'm supposed to do something, I thought it was art. I thought it was music. I thought I was going to be out here touring, you know what I'm saying, and traveling and rapping and all that stuff. Yeah. And I just hated that lifestyle.
Wow.
I hated leaving home. I hated traveling, you know what I mean? And I just realized, man, like, I can make money right in my drawers in my living room.
Bro, and you are.
Yeah.
You are. Right. Let's talk about it. So I'm teaching people now in this season, like my foundation is helping people get out of debt, right?
Yeah.
But I also understand to help them get out of debt, I got to help them really build income, and one of those things is like really following your purpose, following your passions, and turning into profit. When did you realize you wanted to start the Beleaf in Fatherhood? And I don't want to just call it YouTube, because it's so much bigger than YouTube. Yeah. Like the Beleaf in Fatherhood brand. Mm-hmm. When did you realize that was your passion and that's what you wanted to pursue?
Well, I realized when as a child, right, I knew my dad was valuable. Excuse me. I knew my dad was valuable. I wanted him around more, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't have access to him because he lived in California. Wow. And so I always knew that, like, there was something missing on the daily, and I knew that eventually I wanted a family. And I didn't want to be a dad until I saw an amazing father doing it on the daily. Wow. And once I saw that, I was like, oh, now that I see that he can do it, I can do it. Right. So most people, they just need proof. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I just wanted to become proof for other people. I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know it was a YouTube channel. I just was like, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I feel alone. Every day it feels real defeated. It's all types of fluids everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All types of baby fluids. For every opportunity for something to come out, it's coming out. You know what I'm saying? And so me doing that by myself during the day was difficult. And I was like, okay, I can't be the only one dealing with this. And the huge platform was blogs. Like, everyone's typing this out. Yep. And there wasn't a lot of YouTube dads. It was like me and LaGuardia the Cross at the time. Yep. And I just was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this thing. It's wide open. And then I had an unfair advantage, right? And so, we're talking about this whole thing, how to grow your income, through social media and stuff like that. Like, you have to figure out what your unfair advantage is. You know what I'm saying? And so my unfair advantage was that I did music, and so I had a huge library of producers I was working with that were sending me music. So when everyone was kind of like using those custom music from like those sound things, I was using my own music, which set me apart because I was rapping about the video in the video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I took my old passion and merged it together for what I was doing at the time.
Man, that is awesome. And so I'm curious, while you're at home, you got two black sons, Yvette is off at work. What was the hardest thing during that time?
It was definitely the loneliness, like feeling like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Wow. They say kids grow up fast, right? The days are long, the years are fast, right? Wow, those days, it just seemed like forever, like emotionally tired, right? Emotionally exhausted. So like you may have physically the capabilities to do everything you need to do, but like you're tired of people's like feelings on you. You know what I mean? And you don't have a place to let that out. And when I go to the park, hang out with with the other people at the park, no one talk to me. So I'm a black man during the day. Where are you? Go
what
home.
What are you doing?
Go to work, bro.
Right.
Take your kids to school day. To work day. And it was like, nah, like I didn't really have anywhere to put that, That was hard.
So here's a good question. Let's go even deeper. You said, and this is the first time you and I ever talked about that. Because one of my philosophies is like, you're married to my sister. What y'all do at home is none of my business. As long as you don't touch Yvette and the harmful.
Oh, I'm gonna touch Yvette.
I know you are. That's why I ended it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see why I talk about booties? It just runs in our family. I know he gonna touch my sister.
Yeah, I'm touching all.
God darn, Glen, you ain't got to remind me.
I'm the only person that can do that. It's privilege. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm talking about as long as you don't touch Yvette in a harmful way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all can argue all you want. That's none of my business.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really talked to you about I never even told you, man, dude, what the heck are you doing? Because it was none of my business.
Mm-hmm.
If you and Yvette agreed to that at home, that's y'all's family's business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm curious, were you fearful of what people was going to say about you when you left your job to be a stay-at-home dad and a provider, and you're not providing, your wife is providing?
Yeah, I think I was a little concerned about what other people thought, not what they were going to say, because people really don't say much.
I got you.
They talk about you. They don't really talk to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking like, man, what are they thinking about me? You know what I mean? So I felt the judgment.
Yeah.
But I also knew that kind of like it was our business. You know what I mean? And I know me, like I'm a hustler. Like,
that you are.
You know, like I used to sell oils and incense out of bag before I ate. Like I made myself make $30 on the bus at the salons, like back in Baltimore.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I was cutting hair, all that stuff I do. I was doing that for money. Like that's how I ate.
Right.
Back in the day. So I knew that I could figure out something. I just didn't know what it was. So it took a while for me to get it, but yeah, I was a little concerned about what people thought.
Man, so how did you get over the concern?
I just realized that people gonna think stuff regardless. Yeah. Like whether you're doing something or you're doing nothing, they're gonna be talking about you and saying stuff about you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, I might as well make them mad. You know what I'm saying? In the process. And then because what I realized is like everybody was asking like, why? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what's the point? Like, and then I promise you, like 2 years later, they're like, well, how'd you do that? And how can I, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like, that was the reoccurring thing. It's kind of like, oh, y'all don't really understand what's happening here. You know? Like we really, like we talk about scripture all the time. We see those stories and we read the stories and we live and cling to that. But we have the possibility to write new stories that totally fulfill the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't only get to write the stories, we get to tell and orchestrate the cinema and media around it. So you can sit here and be like, yeah, well, I don't want to tell my story, but like, you got so much power in orchestrating the truth that you know, because we're all living out a sermon. So it was like, I'm sitting here just watching, I'm watching people. I'm watching everybody do the same thing, and it's so many followers. Now, with me, I'm a risk taker.
Yeah.
Like, and it sometimes it's not a good thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take an unnecessary risk. But I was like, well, no one's doing it like this. No one's, like, having the camera setting it in front of them and kind of making it like a movie. Like, and I didn't have no money. So I used broken iPhones.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
The screens were busted, but the cameras worked.
Yeah.
I was borrowing people's iPhones just, you know what I'm saying? Now, like,
you got full throttle.
I got everything I need, but I still know that I could use the iPhones if I have to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I am incredibly blessed that I was courageous enough to step out and do something.
Man.
You know?
Bro, listen. Yo, he just celebrated 1 million subscribers last month. That's how long has it been?
It took us probably, I would say about 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
You stepped out. You didn't care about what people was going to say. You just say, you know what? As long as me and my wife are on the same page, you're going to continue grinding.
Yeah.
And today, you're one of the leading voices when it comes to black fathers. This ain't race off of it. You're one of the leading voices when it comes to father. Just being a father, period.
Yeah.
Someone watching right now is saying, you know what, Glen, I'm like you. I have something on the inside. I know what I want to do, but they're scared to step out. Why? What are some things you would tell them to do to step out, and why they should step out and do it?
You know, I don't think this is for the people who are scared, man.
Ooh.
You know?
Okay.
Like, I shouldn't have to convince you to go get it.
Okay.
But life gonna convince you one day.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is
because, true. You know, I mean, I would say that you had to be convinced.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, but it wasn't until you were put in a position to be like, I really don't have another choice.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, and you made it work. But you had a amazing network and proof to be like, oh, I just got to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you know what I'm saying? And take some risk on your own, right? So you look at where you were a year ago, totally different mindset.
Yes.
Man, I'm saying, like, I remember you being like, hey, man, am I going to have to get rid of my country club membership? And I'm like, yeah, bro. Cancel the country club.
And I canceled that joint, too.
You ain't got time for no country club right now. You got a business that you got to start all over again. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we taking it to the point where it's like, I understand that you're scared, but whose business is that? Like, your fear is getting in the way of someone else's freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting up here worrying about what everyone thinks and scared to start, but, like, you're literally stopping someone else from getting to the other side of whatever that is. There's people that didn't even think they could be fathers until they watched my channel.
Bro.
So you understand how many lives potentially I might be responsible for?
Bro.
The proof? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, go ahead and be scared, but move out of the way. Keep your don't buy a camera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take anybody else's time. Encourage another friend. Invest in someone else if you're not going to use it.
Yo, Glenn.
I can't stand it, bro.
You literally say your fears are preventing someone else's freedom.
Oh, 100%.
Fears are blocking freedom.
Yeah. Because think about how many people had to step out and you were like, all right, because you did it, I could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's imagine if, Eric Thomas never spoke.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
How many people would not be where they are today?
Exactly. Well, we wouldn't have a Toby.
We sure wouldn't have a Toby.
You know what I'm saying? Then how many people have Toby touched?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So let's talk about it. Like, you are preventing someone else from moving forward because you're scared, right? So do me a favor, stay scared, but move out of the way. Please move.
So you're saying, okay, cool. We're all gonna be fearful. Me and you were talking about that last night.
Yes.
I'm fearful every day when I wake up because I'm like, man, I got other families who are depending on me.
Yes.
That's scary. And honestly, I don't see that fear ever going away.
Yeah.
But I still gotta work.
Yeah, because like fear helps you feel like you're alive, Like be scared but be active.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind that feeling of fear, like I think it's respect. Like you have respect for your craft, you understand what you have in your hands, understand what your calling is. That's healthy. But like if you're gonna be scared and then not do anything, then that's a problem. And that's the one thing that like fatherhood to teach you that, because you having children, it activates your manhood in a different way.
Yeah.
So a father like tries to teach you how to be a man.
Yeah.
Children make you become one. They force you to apply everything that you said.
Yeah.
This is no longer theory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, if you don't do what you said you're gonna do, Dad, like we're not gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Like if you sit up here, you're scared to get on stage or you're scared to move in a certain direction, like we're not gonna eat that.
Yeah.
So let's move.
Man, this is.
I came here to drop gems. I don't talk like that. I don't get to talk like this. So I'm gonna flex over here.
I'm like, man, fears are blocking freedom. Oh my goodness. What is one thing you've learned being a successful business owner now? You've built a huge empire for fatherhoods, for fathers, for Black father as that. But you're also a husband. You are actual and father. You're a friend. You're a Christian believer. What is the biggest lesson that you can take away from the last 7 years of your life of building?
Man, I mean, there's so many lessons I could take away. I would say that the main thing is who you marry is extremely important.
Okay, so pick right.
Yeah. Oh, choose well, and don't only choose well, make that decision right. Because sometimes it don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we talk about this on our podcast, How Married Are You, with Yvette and I. So sometimes, like, we think back to when I first started Beleaf in Fatherhood, and she wasn't necessarily in agreement. She was very uncomfortable with, like, oh, well, you're not cleaning the house before you film. My bra's up in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want our family out there like that. But I kept moving, and I had to prove to her what I had already believed in myself. You know what I'm saying? So I had to manifest my own dream, right, to her, before, like I dreamed it, but I had to she had to see it manifest.
Yeah.
So she got on board after she saw the comments, after she saw the people like, yo, I can't wait to be a father. I didn't know this was possible, such and such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? So, but my wife was able to put me in a position to be a stay-at-home father so I could even learn the skills to like parent divinely.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like with focus. And so even after that, she stepped up in ways during our marriage. She's like, you know what, I see the calling the Lord has on your life, and I don't want to be a hindrance to that. So here's what I'm willing to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, people are just like, they would have stopped at, oh, she don't believe in me, what I want to do. I married the wrong person.
Right.
It's like, nah, I had to prove something to her. She never seen me step out like that.
Right.
She never seen me take a big risk. So I had to like really invest in that relationship and give her something tangible to hold on to. And then she's fully on board. Wow. So on board that she quit her own job.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
And she was like, I'm coming home. You figure it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. She'll challenge me and puts me like, that's one thing I would say is be careful, like who you marry, make sure you make the right decision. And then, and if you don't think it's the right decision, make it right. Okay. And then.
But hold on, before you go to the next one. For us single people, how do we, in your, 12 years now of marriage, if you could speak to us single people real quick, because 52% of watching right now are single.
Okay.
What are 3 things we should be talking about up front to help us identify if I'm choosing right?
So my wife and I made a whole list of like things that you should make out of like, hey, these are the questions you should ask before. Okay. You know, but you just understand, first of all, and one, I've been married for 12 years. I'm not in the new social media dating, so I don't know what y'all dealing with out here.
I'll help you out.
It's sticky. It's sticky.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
So what I'm saying is, in this stage of life, you have to look at the foundation of a person and not so much the symptoms of trauma, right? So like you may get in an argument with someone because they don't respond correctly or they don't respect you. Yeah. But that thing is coming from somewhere. And so when you find a person who's worth investing in, those things that are kind of like frivolous and trivial, like those things could be worked on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like you're talking about like, does this person like lie to me every day? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, don't date that person. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you can't trust them, it's probably not you know what I mean? Like, do they value my opinion? Are they patient? You know what I'm saying? Like, do they apologize? Do they admit when they're wrong? Like, those are like really big things that you're gonna need in a relationship. Yes. Are they understanding when I fail? You know what I'm saying? Are they forgiving? Like, those are things, these are fundamental things in a person that we're gonna be able to grow something together. Yeah. It depends on your lifestyle, right? Like, I don't like to travel. Like, Yvette loves to travel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I knew that I wanted someone who wanted to be a homebody, but at the same time, like, I know that she has to travel, so that's not a deal breaker for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just know that I'm gonna be traveling sometimes, you know? Because I love her, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. So I think there's many different ways, and I think it's a case-by-case basis, and I don't think you can and I think we should probably do an e-course specifically for like premarital stuff so that we can help people understand like this is the process of trying to find the right person and making sure they are right. Yeah. Because it's one thing to find the right person, it's another thing to make them the right person. You know what I'm saying? And you guys will be making each other the right person for each other. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna ask this question. If you don't want to answer it, that's cool because it's about my sister, and I don't want to get you in no trouble and get me and you in no trouble. Okay. But a lot of people think marrying a virgin, which you did, he married my sister, y'all. That's why I was staring him down. She was never touched before, and he has touched her, Lord Jesus.
At least 4 times. That you know of.
Glenn!
Oh, I'm gonna make it awkward, baby.
Glenn! Oh, Lord Jesus, boy. That's my blood, man. Yeah. Listen. Go, Lord. Okay, let's come back. Lord Jesus, I'll be thinking about that. Like, no.
Don't think about it, please.
No, I don't want to. Yeah. But Glenn, a lot of men think marrying a virgin, abstaining from intimacy while dating, is almost impossible. And then some people think marrying a virgin, she's a perfect woman. was my sister perfect? I'm not talking about abstaining, but did she come with flaws that y'all needed to work through, some major flaws that made you even think sometimes, like, oh, I don't know, you're a virgin, but I don't know.
So we don't talk about that a lot, about how like we abstained from sex before we were married. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't know that about us. So like we did not have sex before marriage.
Wow, I know that.
Yeah, you know that, but a lot of people don't know that about
For real?
Right, yeah. So was she perfect?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You grew up with her.
I know that, but I'm just saying people think virgins are just like they're this. There's nothing wrong with them.
Well, no, it's a lot wrong with them. There are people.
We may need to edit it out and go to the next question.
No, we're going to keep this in there. I'll deal with it on the podcast. How married are you? No, she's definitely flawed. I mean, like it's not that, the thing is, like, she was taught that life.
Yeah, she was.
Right? But it didn't come with education. And I can't
true.
really tell her full story. I think that's her business, and I think she should be a part of this conversation. Maybe
we didn't have the sex talk growing up.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you can speak from your own experience.
Yeah, we
right?
didn't. You know, our parents didn't. They just told us it's a sin to have sex before marriage. Well, you told that to me and my brother.
Yeah.
We just
Y'all not gonna
sin. Yvette listened, you know, and I love Yvette because Yvette did. Yvette was always a listener, but Yvette got on my nerves too growing up. Jesus. Yeah. But I wanted to ask that. Now I'm getting a little uncomfortable.
No. Let's stay here for a sec. Let me stay here for a sec.
That's my sister, brother.
Let me stay here for a sec. So what I want to say, because I think this is a really important conversation that people need to think about, because when you marry a virgin that hasn't been educated, there is there's an on-ramp that it's like a lot slower. So she doesn't trust you with her body.
Yep.
Right? She doesn't know your intentions.
Yep.
She doesn't know your past experiences. She's going to compare herself to those.
Yeah.
She's fearful, right? She doesn't understand that it may be it's not just for you, it's for her, right? So it took Yvette and we talk about this on the podcast, almost 7 years for us to have a healthy sex life.
I remember when you told me that, I felt bad for you.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
And so that time, like, it's not like, but Yvette literally, she didn't know. She didn't know anything. And so like, and it was different from like, you know, you could try to teach her, but she wasn't even receptive of having a conversation because she thought that even the talk about sex was bad.
Yeah.
And so that's what a lot of times, that's what we have like mostly in the church, is that problem, is that
Absolutely.
If I get my child to be married without
having
sex, then I've won. And it's like, I'm looking like, no, you did not win. You know what I'm saying? Because we are dealing with the aftermath of that. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, she's definitely free now, but like for a long time, it was really, really hard.
Yeah. That free word sounds a little.
Yeah, she's very free.
Okay, yeah. So anyways, y'all. Anyways, hey, listen, man. Hey, man, listen. I let me regroup, because that was my sister he was talking about. So let me just
somebody help this man.
Yeah, help me out. Can we get some water? Yo, so I love it, man. So let's look at all of this, Glen. First 6 years of your marriage, you and my sister are working through some things personally.
And we're always gonna be doing that.
Absolutely, because you're married. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all always are growing. You're always growing. Speak proper grammar. And then you're a stay-at-home father. You have a vision that you're working the vision, and I'm curious, while you was working the vision and dealing with your personal stuff at home, was there ever a season that you just said, forget it?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this Beleaf and Fatherhood thing ain't working. I'm gonna go back and just get us a job and just and forget about serving people, helping people, and go do something that I know can bring in money.
Yeah. I mean, like, even now, like, I still get like, dang, man, like, did I really choose well?
At 1 million subscribers?
At 1 million subscribers, because I wasn't prepared to become a CEO. I thought I was just gonna be a creator out here with a camera.
Glen,
but I'm realizing that, like, this is like, the companies I'm talking to, like, they're talking about different things. They're talking about percentages and, you know, like, owning stake in companies and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, man, I just want to tell stories about Black fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? And so in order to do what you want to do, it doesn't take much. Just a belief in yourself, no pun intended, and then like a camera and some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really take much. But for you to truly steward your gift well, you're going to have to be a student. And you're going to have to, like, I can't like let go of conversations and not like, I can't let stuff go with employees and like hold grudges.
Right.
That may have been good for my personal life and me as a creator, but me as a CEO, like I have to be caring and attentive and understanding and sit and have meetings and re-explain. Like it's different. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I wasn't necessarily good at, but I had to acquire the skill quick.
Yeah.
You know, and so I realized, because I was like, no, this is hard and this is too hard for me and nobody gets it.
Wow.
Right? And it's not that no one gets it. It's just that I don't have a number two. You know what I'm saying? Like I am number one, number two.
Yeah.
Yvette's number. Yvette's kind of like that person.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't have like that person next to me that's just kind of like shoulder to shoulder. Let's do this.
Right.
It's me. You know what I'm saying? So, I bear all the responsibility, and I wasn't necessarily afraid of that weight. And when that weight came down on me, I broke, crying on the floor in the garage. Yvette walked in like, "Bro, are you okay?" And I'm boohooing. Like I'm sobbing. Concrete, face on the concrete. Because I couldn't take the pressure. And my therapist helped me understand that, like, it's not gonna stop being hard. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But you have to figure out your fundamental things that you need in order to make sure that you can manage all the things. So before I start my days and stuff like that, I have to honor myself first.
Yeah.
Right? I have to like do something for me.
Right.
Hobbies, tennis, waking up, breath work, you know what I'm saying? Working out, you know, time with Yvette, time with the kids. Like, I can't just be pouring out all day.
Yeah.
And when you're managing, like, 4 children, trying to make sure they're good, you got a dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got employees, you know, and you're trying to, like, really be there and be a good husband. Like, that's a lot to manage. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then people, they see you as an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't necessarily, like, see you as like a person. Wow. You know, they see followers and they see money. So I wasn't necessarily ready to see myself in that way. And now I'm just kind of like, I figured the last thing, I'll just figure this out too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the one thing that I don't think I was prepared for.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is so good. If y'all just now tuning in, man, it's my brother-in-law, Glen Henry, the CEO of Beleaf and Fatherhood, and he has some amazing things that he's doing back in the California area. And I want to remind you all, make sure that as we're talking about fatherhood and building, that you position yourself to where when you transition to go to heaven, if you're a Christian like myself and my brother-in-law, that your family is taken care of, that you have life insurance in place. To that way, it's another way of telling your family that you love them, that you will miss them, but that you love them. The last thing you want to do is be in heaven and you're having a great time in heaven, and then your family is miserable on earth because you were selfish while you were here and you didn't put systems and a policy in place to make sure that they are taken care of. And my friends over at Ethos will help you out with that. You can go to anthonyoneil.com/ethos, and within a matter of 11 minutes, you can have $1 million, $2 million policy for $50 to $60 a month. And when you transition off, you can leave your family with wealth to position them to excel forward and continue moving forward. And they can mourn you in peace, mourn you with joy, knowing that you're in a better place. But they are okay because their bills are taken care of, college is taken care of, house is paid off. The last thing you want to do is leave your family and they're struggling, but you're happy. And so I want you to take 11 minutes out of your day right now, and I want you to go to Ethos, anthonyoneil.com/ethos, and spend some time. I know we don't like talking about passing and transitioning, but here at the table, we have that real, relevant, and relatable conversation, and this is a real statement. Get the life insurance. Do not be selfish. Put it in place. It's $50 to $60. Stop going to Starbucks 2 times a week, and you'll have it.
Oh, yeah. They're happy for a good reason. Prize Pool gives you a chance to win big simply by saving money. You heard me right. Save your money and have a chance to win more. That, my friends, is what I call a win-win situation. Plus, they have a debit card. Use it and increase your chances to win in our weekly drawings. Head over to anthonyoneil.com/savings to set up your account today. Prize Pool, banking made fun.
So Glenn, here's the last part I want to end with, right? How? Everyone thinks that you need a huge platform. And let's be real. For the first, 5 years, I was on a bigger platform than you, and you were killing me. And I'm like, man, and then you connect me with my good friend, Patrice Washington. I was on a bigger platform with her, and she was killing me. And I'm like, how, when I'm in front of a lot of people on a daily basis, but people who are not in front of a lot of people are just scaling and winning, making more money, building a bigger community. And I was confused. I'm like, wait, what in the world is going on? What do you think there, 'cause I don't think there's no secrets, but what positions you to actually win at the level and at the speed that you did win?
I was in front of my people. You understand that? You know what I'm saying? So I started from zero and found my people one by one. You know what I'm saying? You were introduced to a different audience. You know what I'm saying? So you had access to a wider audience, but they didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like they
weren't my people.
They weren't your people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying in any type of complexion. I'm just saying that they didn't know who you were, right? And so when I stepped out and I was like, okay, and so when you say how, we're not talking about how to get 1 million followers.
No.
We're not talking about how to, we're talking about how do you find your people, because that's the real thing.
That's the real answer.
And it's really cliche, but it is really like be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Find your niche and give more in that place than you get.
That's so good.
So
that's so good.
I am myself, awkward, sometimes offbeat, parenting, like really good, but you can see you know what I'm saying? You can see the trauma, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you see it as me kind of process, like I told you to get off the you know what I'm saying? Like you can see me process like Uzi, like stop. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can see me going through all that.
Yeah.
On in the show. But like I am not trying to be the perfect dad.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I am always trying to be myself, and I'm always trying to find people that I can communicate to what I know to be true. And you're not gonna agree with everything. Some of the stuff I said to you is not gonna make sense.
Yeah.
And the reason is because it might be above your pay grade. Like you may not understand it because you haven't had to fight that battle yet. There's certain parts of the Bible I read and I was like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But then I got married, I was like, I get it.
You get it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, certain things is still information. It's just not for you to hear in that season the way you're supposed to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, being yourself, finding your niche, and third thing I said was finding your people, right?
Yeah.
You got to build those one by one. And so you have to go in front of the people that you want to be in front of, you know what I mean? And you have to like call them out. So you say, like, I don't want to be on Facebook.
Right.
That's not your business.
Right.
Your business is to find your people on Facebook.
Ooh.
So you got to go on Facebook because your people are there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know they're your people yet.
Right.
But if you don't make the content and put it on the thing, they will never become your people. So you got to go on Facebook. You got to go to TikTok.
Yeah.
And then you got to go to Instagram.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to be on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Podcasts, Snapchat, like everything, Twitter. Like you got to be all over the place so that you can find your people. Now, the real question you're asking me without asking is how do you manage all that?
Absolutely.
Because when people think about, when they say, oh, I want to do this, but I'm scared to manage all of that stuff that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you think you got to start and be on every single platform, but really what you need is a content pyramid.
Yeah.
Right? A content pyramid is where you make one piece of content, right? A long piece of content, and you chop it up. Chop. You chop a 3-minute video that ends up on Facebook. You 10-minute video that's on YouTube. 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You know the deal. Y'all do it here all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you think about it as like, I'm not necessarily putting stuff everywhere. I'm putting stuff one place and I'm spreading it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
are you cutting yours up for TikTok? Because you got what, 2 million followers on TikTok?
2.5, yeah.
And you did that in a year, right?
Yeah, I think we did 2 million in around a year. No, we did 1 million in a year.
1 million in a year.
Yeah, it was actually like from September to August. Yeah, a company paid me to start a TikTok, and they were like, "Yeah, we want to pay you. We want you to do Instagram videos, and you just got to start a TikTok and just put it on TikTok." So I didn't even have a TikTok until somebody paid me to get on there.
What?
Yeah, and by the time our contract was up, I had 1 million followers. Yeah.
Did they help you with the content, like give you the ideas for the content?
Nope. No, I just had to post the same content I made it on Instagram and put it on TikTok.
And so was that from like your long form on Instagram, or you shot specifically for that short film? For that short form?
It was only short form. For that Instagram video, I just had to syndicate it to TikTok.
Syndicate.
Yeah. And so that worked out for their benefit and mine, because I was like, man, I want to get on TikTok. I just have a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I should have just activated myself.
Yeah.
But I was like, I kept hearing about it, and I had to study the platform, and I didn't have a reason to study it.
Yeah.
I didn't have the time. So I made the time to study the platform after I was offered the money. And then I studied the platform like crazy, and I realized what about TikTok is that people follow trends, but they don't make their own trends. So that's what like the fatherhood breakdowns really blew up on TikTok.
Got you.
Because that's a trend nobody can redo. Because they don't know how we do it.
Bro, this is... he's a genius.
Man.
He's in my family. He's in my family.
Low key genius.
Yo, bro. So which one do you like more? TikTok or Instagram?
YouTube is supreme, first of all.
Absolutely.
YouTube is supreme.
Absolutely.
TikTok flirts harder. They'll give you more for less.
Okay.
But Instagram is more sustainable.
It is.
Yeah. TikTok, they just completely deleted my account.
Yeah, it was down for like a whole month, right?
It was down for like a week and a half. Right before Father's Day.
Why though? Because everyone in your tribe was like, yo, whoa.
There's no reason. And that's the problem, is that TikTok, they don't really care about their creators.
They're creators.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about us. You know what I'm saying? And I say that knowing that, and I'm realizing, like, after watching the platform and just seeing, because there's no reason why my account should have been taken down.
Right.
Like, if you know my account, you know what I do for a living. It's
super clean.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so there was nobody there to be like, oh my gosh, I got you. Now, I do have friends there. My homie Paul was there, put in a good word, there was somebody else there, Mirza, put in a good word for me, but like, it was like, who am I talking to? Like, where are the people at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, in Instagram, it doesn't, like, I haven't been taken down off Instagram or anything like that, but they don't treat you as foul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So YouTube is like the best place.
It's gold.
Yeah, it's gold.
It's gold. Without talking about your finances personally, I talk about mine because I'm in the money space, but are you happy financially?
Am I happy? I would say no, because I don't think the two connect, like the two don't correlate. I'm happy. I see my joy in my children's smiles. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're able to do stuff that makes them feel good. Like, there's certain things I want to do. Like, I want to buy an RV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to buy an RV.
And just travel.
And travel around and create content that way.
Yeah.
I want the team to come with me, caravan, and we just make, a couple like RV videos and come home and do some fun stuff. I want to give our children a life that of substance and experience, so that they can be like, oh, I remember that place. Not I read that in the book, but we went there. You know what I'm saying? So am I happy financially? Like, oh, I'm doing well. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely over 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? Our company does. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like tripping. But like, do I know? The problem is, yeah, I'm doing well, but I know what I'm capable of. So I'm kind of like,
you can do more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So much more. You know what I'm saying? But really what that is learning how to manage the time, manage your team, manage your marriage, like manage the things.
So do you believe in balancing that, or do you believe in priorities? What's your thoughts? Because that's a lot.
Yeah. I'm a juggler.
Okay.
So if I see something fall, I'll pick it up, throw it back up. And,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, balance right now, I don't think that is possible.
Right.
Because it means that everything is level and everything is the same. And when you're as an influencer, your life is just, it's weird, right? Like, so I'll do a video and don't get paid for like 90 days.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, we got money, promise you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I promise it's on the way. It's, my children are wild card. You know what I'm saying? Our life doesn't look like anybody else's life. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Like, I get paid to be a father and make commercials. Like, I didn't know I was handsome. You know what I'm saying? I'm a model. Like, that's weird for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'6" and a model. That's strange.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, No, I'm happy, but I know what I'm called to do.
Right.
I know that we have How Married Are You that still needs to start making more income. I know Frank Puppet. I know it's a couple business I want to buy and be a part of. So, I mean, I'm happy, yeah, but I know what I'm capable of.
So all in all, when I look at you, the passion that's on the inside of you, your purpose, your calling is producing income. But before it was producing income, you were impacting your people. And in return, you get to build something amazing and provide for your family.
The first thing, everything starts for me with the mission, you know what I'm saying, which is to equip fathers to love and lead their families into eternity.
Wow.
That's where everything starts.
Yeah.
A byproduct of helping men understand that they can be fathers and good fathers and impactful and they don't have to be perfect is that we make money off of it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
we make money because we're good at our job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're not making money off the men and the people, right? We're making money off the companies that want to, monetize off of what we do. You know what I mean? So the main focus is that I do believe I'm called to serve fathers in a major way. I think I'm doing a fraction of that at the moment.
Wow.
I do believe that there's more stories to tell.
Yeah.
And I do want to tell those stories outside of myself because I feel like the platform needs to be fatherhood, not just me.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Man, listen. Boy, I wish I had a whole hour show. We trying to hit these clocks. Before we go, bro.
Yeah.
You have a belief in fatherhood. Mm-hmm. You and Yvette have started How Married Are You? What's the goal of that podcast? And I want y'all to go check it out. But when they go to check it out, what can they expect from that podcast?
The podcast is the conversations you wish people had while they were married. Because this is the type of stuff you talk about, like, well, I wasn't happy in this way. We're talking about it like in real time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so we're working through our issues because Yvette doesn't necessarily talk a lot. Yeah. Right? But on camera, she's willing, as a service to other women, like she's willing to go deep there. So we have like...
And y'all get real in that podcast. Yeah. I learned stuff about y'all. I'm like, wait, how did I not know about that?
It's intense. Yeah, we get real there. And basically, it's just the conversations you wish your parents had in front of you. You know, your auntie and uncle just talking about, like, the real. You know what I'm saying? And so we end everything at the end with How Married Are You? We just tell each other, like, hey, I'm so married, I did this for you. Yeah. And you weren't expecting it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real cute thing that we got going on. And so we're working on an e-course for people who are possibly, wanting to get engaged and stuff like that. And that's going to be really awesome. Yeah. We're really just trying to serve each other well in this season.
And when does that podcast come out? What days?
Thursdays, yeah.
Thursdays at what, 8?
Thursdays at 8 in the morning, East Coast.
East Coast. Okay. Yeah. And then is it only on podcasts or podcast and YouTube?
Yep, podcast and YouTube. Yep.
Man, well, we're gonna drop the link to Beleafs in the show description and to How Married Are You. Yvette's not back on social, is she yet?
Not. She's on TikTok.
She's on TikTok, but just not Instagram and Facebook.
Exactly.
So we'll drop all of Glen's information in the show description, and we'll drop Yvette's. Well, we'll drop Yvette's as well. You can follow her, but Yvette is
taking a social media hiatus.
Hiatus for a whole year.
And for a whole year, she's been off Instagram and Facebook. Yeah.
As her husband, have you seen a difference? Like, has it helped her?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely see a difference. She's one of them people that, like, she looks at other people and like, oh, man, how's that person doing? And sometimes she'll be like, they doing this. And I'll be like, so? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But sometimes, I think it gets to her. So she just had to kind of take a break from that,
Man, a whole year.
But to know that she had that insight and awareness about herself is incredible.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm talking about, marrying well, right? You know what I mean? Because, I wouldn't have never been like, and you need to get off Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, that was something she figured out with herself.
She did.
She's very self-aware.
I remember when Yvette called me and told me, she said, hey, just a heads up, I'm taking a hiatus. I was like, a hiatus from who, me? She was like, no, from social media.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, how long, about a month? She was like, no, a whole year.
Yeah, that was her thing. And that affects us, you know what I'm saying? Because she was making money off of Instagram, too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So support the podcast. You know what I mean?
Support it. Yeah, I support it. Man, listen. Well, Glen, man, I appreciate you coming to the table, y'all. This is a good one. And when y'all do the ebook, we're gonna bring him and Yvette on the show, and we're gonna support it, man. I told him yesterday, I was like, yo, I really wanna everyone is always surprised that we're related.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, wait. Glen is your brother-in-law? Wait, Yvette is your sister?
Yeah.
John Gibbs is your brother? I'm like, yeah. So we have a very talented family, and I told Glen, well, Glen called me about 3 years ago, was it?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, we need to do something as a family and build. And I just wasn't in a position to do it. And then I called him and my sister about a month ago and said, yo, we need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense for us to not do this. So y'all gonna be seeing a whole lot more of the O'Neills and the Henrys coming together and really just making sure that we serve you all.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing in the how married space, 12 years of marriage, that's strong in the Black community. And we need to highlight that. Here's a good question. How married are you? Can I get something from that as a single person?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so y'all not just talking to married people only.
Oh, 100%. Most of the people that watch are single.
Are single.
Yeah, because it's like, really? You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
they don't really know, like, what kind of conversations people have.
Yeah.
You know? And so instead of, and this is the problem with us in the Black community, right? Is that we do not share enough information. We tell, like, yeah, parenting is great, but how, though? You know what I'm saying? We should have been called when our parents were going through stuff. They should have been telling us so we could be praying for them, not keeping it a secret and getting divorced.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just let us know that it's a rough season, so that we know it's going to be a rough season.
Absolutely.
Apologize to your children.
Yeah.
Apologize. Like, let me see mom and dad apologize. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us see the reconciliation in real time.
Bro.
And that is something like you'll hear me and Yvette say, "I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was doing that. I apologize."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to do better. Let me know how I can do better. You know what I mean? Like, those are the type of conversations we need to be having so that people will have evidence and proof to do that.
How married are you?
Yeah.
I want y'all to check that out. So we're gonna drop that below, and as soon as you all, this studio of mine.
Hurry up!
Hurry up! As soon as they drop the e-course beforehand, I'm gonna make sure that I fly them both back up here, and we're gonna do it and pitch it to you all so you all can get it, because my whole thing is I want to learn as a single man from someone who's been married, not just 1 year, not even just 2 years, someone who's actually been through some stuff. And Glen, I know it. While the Gibbons family and O'Neill, the only O'Neill in our family, I love us, man, we have some issues too. And Glen had to come into that family and deal with all of us coming from where he comes from, and watch how he has handled that thing and how he's grown, matured, challenged us. Man, that's the kind of guy, that's the kind of situation I want to learn from. Because getting married, you're not just marrying the person who you're marrying,
right? You're
marrying that whole family.
Yep.
And that family is going to come with some issues that you got to deal with, because you still got to go home to your spouse. And man, one thing about my sister, she's like me. She's a family woman.
Yeah.
And my sister had to grow and mature in some areas as well. And I would encourage y'all to listen to the How Married Are You, because it's not my business to say that, it's their job. But they've grown, matured, and watching them, I told them this last night, watching Glen has matured me as a single man to get ready for marriage. Because I watched what he's had to go through and how he's learned and evolved, and I'm like, man, that's what's up. I've never doubted Glen would take care of my sister. Never doubted it. Never doubted. I
appreciate that, man.
And I never doubted him being a father, because I know that dude. And his kids love the hell out of their daddy.
It's not just a show.
It's not.
We really be like that.
I'm serious. Like, off camera, I'm like, yo, this is real. This is real. So Theo, Uriah, Uzi, Anaya, love y'all. Man, I love them, man. So
Love you too, man.
Listen, check it out. Don't forget, it's September 22nd, Thursday at 11 a.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to walk through the process. Probably I'll have 500,000 subscribers here probably end of next month.
Wow.
And this guy right here was a huge role model in my life. I'll never forget the day I transitioned, he was at the house. And the dude made me sign an NDA. And so, all right, let me give you the play. Let me show you how to do this thing. And so him and my sister really, really took me up underneath their wings, and we're doing some great things. And I just want to share with you some of the things that I'm doing here with our team, and how you can really grow and have ownership, build something amazing, eventually go from a creator to being a CEO. and building something for you and your family. So join us September 22nd. We'll drop the information in today's show notes, and we'll see you on the next show. Peace out.
Peace.